This week, Uber cut 1 in 10 of the people who handle rider and driver support. And the memo did not hide behind vague efficiency talk. It said the support organization has to get simpler, so Uber can layer AI on top of it. Here is the strange part. 1 month earlier, the same company cut almost a quarter of its HR division and said that cut had nothing to do with AI. Same company, same summer, opposite stories. That contradiction is the whole story of this quarter. AI is now the #1 reason companies give for layoffs in America. Through June, 101,743 U.S. job cuts officially named AI as a reason. That is nearly double all of last year. And last year was over in 6 months. But here is the number under the number. That is about 1 cut in 4. 3 out of 4 layoffs still have nothing to do with AI at all.
So this is a status report. Which jobs AI is actually taking right now, with names and numbers, and which cuts are just a reorganization wearing an AI costume. Every company on this board lands in one of 3 buckets. Bucket 1, real task replacement. A named tool absorbed named work. Bucket 2, compression. AI became the reason to strip out layers of the org chart. Bucket 3, the gray zone. Cuts that fund AI or get blamed on AI after the fact.
Start with the cleanest case anyone has. Over the past year, Salesforce shrank its own customer support team from about 9,000 people to about 5,000. The tool has a name, Agentforce. The CEO says it now handles roughly half of all support conversations. And you can watch the mechanism work. A question comes in, the agent reads the account, answers the routine case itself, and only the hard ones ever reach a human being. IBM did the same thing to its own HR desk. An internal assistant called AskHR now answers about 94% of routine HR questions, vacation days, payroll, benefits paperwork, and around 200 HR jobs went away. Routine queue in, humans out. That is what bucket 1 looks like. 2 companies, 2 named tools, 2 shrunken teams. Remember IBM though. It comes back later in this briefing with a twist.
Bucket 2 is bigger and stranger. In May, Cloudflare cut more than 1,100 people, over a fifth of the company. The CEO's argument sorts every employee into 3 kinds: builders, sellers, and measurers, the people who track, report, and coordinate other people's work. His claim is that AI comes for the measurers first. And inside the company, the change is real. Cloudflare says internal AI use jumped 600% in 3 months, with employees running thousands of AI agent sessions a day.
Jack Dorsey went further. In February, Block dropped from over 10,000 people to just under 6,000, nearly half the company. And he posted the thesis in public. Replace layers of hierarchy with intelligence tools. Smaller teams, fewer managers, more AI. The stock jumped on the news. Coinbase runs the same playbook on engineering. About 14% cut, roughly 700 people. While the CEO wrote that engineers with AI now ship in days what used to take teams weeks, and that the company is rebuilding around small AI-native pods. 1-person teams. No managers who only manage. Notice what is missing from every company in this bucket. Nobody named a tool that replaced 1,100 Cloudflare jobs or 4,000 at Block. These memos use AI as the reason a flatter company is possible, which can be true, but no task queue was shown vanishing. That is compression, and it deserves its own column.
Bucket 3 is where the money lives. Oracle finished its fiscal year with roughly 21,000 fewer employees, 13% of the company, and it put the sentence in an official SEC filing. The adoption and deployment of AI across its operations has resulted and may continue to result in workforce reductions. Same filing, same year, $55.7 billion pouring into AI infrastructure, and nearly $2 billion in severance. The layoffs and the data centers are two ends of the same budget.
And then there is the memo that gives the whole game away. In early July, Microsoft cut about 4,800 roles. Its chief people officer wrote in the same public post that AI is changing how work gets done and that these roles are, quote, not being replaced by AI. Read that again. An AI-heavy explanation and an explicit denial that AI took the jobs, one paragraph apart. More than 4,000 of those people were moved into other roles inside the company. So when a headline screams AI layoffs at Microsoft, this is what is actually underneath: a reorganization, wearing the costume. Now the board looks grim. So here is the other half of the data, and it is just as real. Klarna became famous for bragging that its AI assistant did the work of hundreds of support agents. Then service quality dropped, customers pushed back, and the company started hiring humans again. The CEO admitted out loud that cost-cutting went too far. The first company to fire its support team became the first company to hire it back. And remember IBM? After automating 94% of its routine HR questions, IBM's total headcount went up. The savings were spent hiring programmers, salespeople, and AI staff. The queue died, the company grew. Zoom out, and the same pattern holds. The fastest growing job title in America right now is AI engineer, with postings up roughly 143% in a year. And the most sober long-range estimate says 10 to 15% of US jobs may eventually be eliminated by this, while 50 to 55% get reshaped. Same paycheck, new job description. So here is the test this whole board teaches. 4 questions to ask about any layoff memo, including the next one that lands in your own inbox. What tool? What task? What metric? And were people eliminated, redeployed, or just never replaced when they left? Salesforce answers all 4. That is real. Cloudflare and Block answer 2. That is compression. Microsoft answers 1 and even tells you the answer itself, not AI. A memo that names a tool and a task is describing automation. A memo that only says efficiency and AI investment is describing a budget. This is a status report, and it updates. Next quarter, watch 3 numbers. The share of support conversations handled by agents. Salesforce says half, and Uber's memo just told you it wants the same. The monthly count of layoffs that name AI. July's tally lands in early August. And the quiet one. Watch for the next company that follows Klarna and hires the humans back. Because that number, the reversals, is where the line between AI hype and AI replacement actually shows up.